Good morning, students. In the last video we were discussing about simple barometer. Today we are going to see the advantages of taking mercury as a barometric liquid. That is, why do we take mercury in this simple barometer? The reasons are that mercury has the density more than other liquid. Density of mercury is around 13.6 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Due to this greater value of density, a height of only 0.76 meter of mercury column can balance the outside atmospheric pressure. Otherwise, if any other liquids are taken, then the height will also be more. Second reason for taking mercury is that mercury is shining, it is opaque, so the height can easily be visible. Mercury does not stick to the glass. This is another reason for taking mercury. And the fourth is that mercury has negligible vapor pressure. So the vapor pressure does not going to affect the barometric height because hardly it forms any vapor pressure. Now let's see why water is not taken. Water is not taken because its density is very low, and density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. As a result, in order to balance the outside atmospheric pressure, the height would go up to around 10.4 meter. And for taking such a long tube is very inconvenient. Second is, mercury can easily form water vapor, so that vapor pressure that is formed in the Torricellian vacuum will disturb the barometric height by pushing it down. Third is that water is a transparent liquid, so its height cannot be easily visible. Then at the same time, water has water sticks to the glass. We have the fourth reason for not taking water, that it sticks to the glass. As a result, its movement in the tube will not be so uniform. So these are the reasons why water is not taken. Now we have some demerits of taking simple barometer. The reasons are, or the demerits for taking simple barometer is that, number one, you can see it is not protected from outside. It has not got any kind of protection. Second, the glass vessel is open. This trough is open, so impurity can easily be added to the mercury, thereby giving wrong readings. Then we can have reason like it cannot be taken from one place to another because it is not convenient to move it. And fourth is the reason the scale cannot be fixed. We cannot fix any scale to take the measurement of the atmospheric pressure. So we have these the reasons for simple barometer not used anywhere. In place of simple barometer, a modified form of barometer which is called Fortin's barometer is used. Let us see what is Fortin's barometer. So next type of barometer is Fortin barometer. This you can see the diagram of Fortin barometer, which has an inverted tube with mercury in it, which is immersed into a trough which also contains mercury. And this is the modified form of simple barometer. You can see it has been protected from outside with a brass case. And this just below the trough you have a screw also, and this screw is meant for adjusting this mercury level so as to bring it in touch with the tip of the pointer. This is the pointer and this is the tip. With the help of the screw, we can bring it down or we can take it up. But before taking the reading, you have to make sure that this mercury level is touching the tip of the pointer. Because this tip of the pointer gives the 0 mark. And you can see there are two scales, main scale and Vernier scales are also fixed in this barometer. So there is advantage of taking the reading easily with the help of these two scales. Now, as I said, in order to start, this screw is first rotated to bring the mercury level of the trough in touch with the tip of the screw. And using this, you will find there is change in the height accordingly, and the change in the height gives an indication of change in the atmospheric pressure. But the height will come to one fixed position where it will be balancing the outside atmospheric pressure. By adding the readings taken from the main scale and Vernier scale, we can come to know the final atmospheric pressure. This is an advantage of this because you can see the protection is also given, and all the more there cannot be any impurity that can be mixed with mercury taken in the trough. Let us now come to the third barometer, which will be aneroid barometer. The third type of barometer you can see is aneroid barometer. An aneroid barometer is a barometer which does not contain any liquid in it. You can see the diagram. This is a simple diagram shown where it has a box, and this box is very delicate, which has got a diaphragm on it and has got at the center a rod is attached whose upper end is toothed, has got teeth, and this teeth can be well fit into the teeth of the wheel. This wheel is attached with a pointer, which in turn is placed just near the circular scale. Now it works due to the air pressure acting on the diaphragm. When air pressure becomes more and when it acts on the diaphragm of the box, this diaphragm gets pushed down, and as a result you can see this wheel will be rotated to the anti-clockwise direction, making the pointer to move to the left side. Similarly, when the pressure or the atmospheric pressure drops, you will see that this goes up, and then it can make this pointer also move accordingly. So with the help of the movement of this rod, accordingly this wheel will also get moved, which will also move the pointer. And wherever this pointer comes to rest in the circular scale, will give the reading of the atmospheric pressure. So it is very easy to note down the atmospheric pressure, which can also be carried from one place to another easily and gives an accurate measurement. This is called aneroid barometer. Let us now see some advantages, or we can also find the altimeter that is used in aeroplane to measure the height, how it is done. We can now come to variation in atmospheric pressure with altitude. As we know, with increase in altitude, the atmospheric pressure decreases. So we can show the decrease in the atmospheric pressure with the increase in the height or the altitude. So this is the type of graph you will be getting when you plot the atmospheric pressure against the height. Once again, atmospheric pressure will always decrease with increase in the height. Let us now come to this side. We know that barometer is used to measure the atmospheric pressure, but we can also use barometer in weather forecasting. How? If the barometric height suddenly falls, you know that the barometric height is there up to which the mercury level is, and when you find the mercury level suddenly falling or barometric height suddenly falls, then there is an indication that there will be storm or cyclone. If the barometric height gradually falls, that is, there is slow falling of the barometric height, then it indicates there is possibility of rain. If there is gradual increase in the barometric height, so if slowly the height increases, it indicates about dry weather. If there is sudden rise in the barometric height, then it means the weather is extremely dry. And when we find there is no abrupt change in the barometric height, that means the weather is normal. This is how we can use barometer to predict the weather, or we can forecast the weather. Let's see about altimeter, which will be the last topic. Now we can come to the last topic, which is altimeter. Altimeter is also an aneroid barometer used in aircraft to measure the altitude. So you know about the aneroid barometer, this is how. But only the difference made in this barometer is that in this circular scale, it is calibrated in terms of height and is increasing towards the left. That is, when we are moving from right to the left, we can find there is increase in the height, increase in the value. Now as we know that the atmospheric pressure decreases on increasing height, so when the flight goes high or up, the atmospheric pressure will decrease and the diaphragm will bulge out, making this wheel to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, due to which the pointer will also move towards the left. So moving towards the left means the height is increasing from 76 to 77 meter and so on. So as more and more height it goes, this scale or the pointer will also move more and more towards the left, showing there is increase in the height. So students, I hope the chapter is clear to you. We have completed this chapter. Then question answer I will send. Thank you.